Hi, my name is Paxton Killewald, and this is video log number 3. For this video log, it was Adri's turn to choose the activity that we did. I mentioned in my last video log that she was thinking about cooking us some traditional Cuban food. But she changed her mind, and instead she wanted me to help her with her Halloween costume. So that's what we did. Here's a few pictures of that. During our interaction, I felt the strongest positive emotion when Adri said that she wanted me to help her with her costume because she thought that I'm crafty. That made me feel really good about myself. And I think the time in our experience when I felt the strongest negative emotion was when it was time for me to leave for work. By this time we had finished the costume and everything, but I could tell that Adri still wanted me to hang out a little longer. Felt bad about leaving, especially since, I wanted to stay longer too. In my last video log, I mentioned that Adri told me that in Cuba they don't have internet, and I was really surprised by this because I and everyone that I know can barely survive without the internet. I talked to her more about this and found out that people in Cuba just don't need or want the internet. This really surprised me because I would think that everybody would want internet. Another aspect about life in Cuba that shocked me was that once a student completes 9th grade, they go to a university or trade school. So in Cuba, when they turn 18, they're ready to have their job. I was shocked. The most was that Adri said that she preferred the Cuban way of schooling compared to the United States. This was definitely a great example of minimalization because I just assumed that everybody went to school and had internet and lived all the same. I'm glad that I realized it though, because then I was quickly able to change my thinking and thought of alternatives and just thought that people have different values and beliefs. One thing that I would like to try is some traditional Cuban food. Adri said her mom makes this really good rice and black bean dish, and I actually think that she's going to make it for me sometime soon. I would like to discuss Adri's siblings more with her. She has a younger brother and sister, and I would like to hear what her brother remembers about Cuba. I also want to know what her older sister's feelings were about moving to America. I know that Adri was really excited when she moved, but she says that she only thinks that she was excited because she had just turned 9 and she was still fairly young. Her sister was 13, however, when they moved, and I want to know if her age had effect on her feelings and adjustment here after they moved. During our experience, I noticed Adri adjusting her verbal and nonverbal communication to match mine. This is an example of accommodation. She also mentioned that she doesn't really like her accent, so when she adjusted her communication to more similar to mine, I think she was doing this to try to fit in more with the dominant culture. Another way I noticed accommodation during our interaction was Adri's kind gestures. She offered me water, she made me feel really welcomed, and made me feel comfortable. All in all, I really enjoyed this assignment and our interactions. Glad that I got to know Adri more, and I think that we're going to be hanging out more in the near future. So, till next time.